Hey guys, you're watching the one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Zoo. We've got a problem. These ent things, this is what they're called ents. These giant tree people are causing havoc. They're spawning like 3x3 sections of random stuff. 3x3 sections of bushes, mushrooms, flowers, saplings, and it's terrible. It's terrible. So we need to get rid of them. Now I tried killing them with a sword. They don't take damage with anything apart from an axe, so you have to chop them down. It makes sense. They're trees. I'm going to get rid of them. If you guys find these things on your worlds, make sure you get rid of them. Hopefully they won't spawn again, because it's scaring me. So, we do have some success, though, to talk about. Last episode, we started our first enclosure, or built our first enclosure, which is the elephant enclosure. The great thing is that we haven't had anything escape yet. They haven't got out. We've still got the four, daddy, the two women or females, and the baby elephant. And that's a good thing. That means that we haven't done it wrong and built something where they can get out. I think we were very clever about how we done it right from the very beginning, thinking about how high certain parts of the enclosure need to be to prevent it. The only thing that they might be able to get out at is at here. Now, if they can jump, if the mobs can jump in Minecraft, they could get onto there and then, like, fall out accidentally or something like that. In real life, elephants can't jump. Or so the rumor is. I don't know if that's true or not. But in real life, I don't think that they can jump. They're too heavy to jump, and I don't think their knees can jump. They don't have the power, or something like that. There is some scientific thing, but I don't know if that's the same in-game. However, I'm glad that they haven't got out yet. Today, I want to work a little bit more on the entrance, or a little bit more. We haven't even started it. I want to work on the entrance to our zoo here. Last episode, I mentioned that a big elephant topiary. If you don't know what a topiary is, it's basically like a hedge that's been shaped into the shape of something, hedge or a tree or whatever. In my garden, in real life, I used to have a hedge. It was a big long hedge that was shaped like a train, and it looked totally awesome, and it was like that for years, and then we never sort of kept managing it and kept it like that. But instead of doing one giant elephant topiary that could potentially get in the way and prevent vision from some of the other enclosures around the place, I thought, why not do 3 smaller ones in the middle? I think it looked totally cool. Sort of like how Pokemon Go has the 3 gym leaders, Team Mystic, Team... I don't know. I don't play it. I don't know. My fiance knows. I don't play it. But you got the 3 gym leaders in there. Well, in our zoo... In any zoo, there's always something that you can do. I know in a zoo closest to me, there's stamps, and at every enclosure, you have to, like, stamp a piece of paper, and if you collect them all, you get, like, a certificate, or you get a medal, or something like that. I remember when I used to go to Legoland, if you found a certain amount of, like, hidden things around the map, you were given a medal. Like, all these sort of places have, like, things for you to do while going around. So I suppose to keep children entertained and all that kind of stuff. So, what if we had Team Elephant, Team Giraffe, and Team Lion? I think those 3 could look quite good, built out of leaves, and it could be really cool to sort of make parts of the map. You can do stuff to, like, gain points for, like, your team, or something like that. It's just interesting. Plus, I think 3 topiaries would look really cool. So, this might have to be moved, but let's just make 3 circles for the moment. Let's make... Am I standing in the middle? Let's make a cylinder of, for the moment, just stone, 5 blocks wide, 1 block high. Okay, there's a platform. Is that about big enough? That doesn't look a bad size, to be honest. If we get some leaves, now we might also be able to get, or maybe able to use, different leaves, because in this texture pack, the leaves, as you can see, have very different colours. They're not quite as similar as they would be in the vanilla. I think probably that one and that one. Yeah, those 2 are too close together. But those 3, even if I place that there, those 3 are very different. So we can actually maybe make the topiary have parts that stand out a little bit more, instead of them all being the same colour. Let's start off with an elephant, though. Let's start off with oak leaves. And we've got an odd number here, which is always a good thing, because it lets you have a middle point. If we put the 2 front legs there and 2 back legs there, that's in line with that part of the straight edge on either side. And then have this here. I've got a picture of an elephant next to me, like that's going to help. But I think we can make something look somewhat like an elephant. If we make it all out of the same block, all out of the same leaf first, and then if there's parts that don't stand out quite enough, we can maybe change those to a different type of leaf. We want a tail. Little elephant tail. So far, so good. And then we want him to be a little bit taller. Elephants are quite big. We want a back on him. Maybe this is a little bit too tall now. No, that's looking okay. And then a head. How are we going to do the head? That's going to be the hardest part. We can have an ear. And an ear. They're pretty elephant-like ears. And then some sort of head that comes out. You know what? That isn't bad. For straight off the bat, that looks like an elephant. Maybe even if we... Is that more elephant? Is that more elephant? That's more elephant. I like that a lot. I really, really like that. But can we make it so it stands, so certain parts stand out a little bit more? Like if we change the head to be this. I don't know if this is going to be a good idea or a bad idea. But I thought maybe if we change the... No, that doesn't look as good, I don't think. Okay, I was wrong. We'll keep it all the same. I'm very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Extremely happy with that. So, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that another 2 times off the bat. But let's get... How are we going to get these 3? I want them in like a triangle. I tell you what, we'll just put it down. I can always move it with World Edit if we get it slightly off. Let's start here. Let's put another circle down. We're just using stone for the moment. We can always dress it up with a better block later on. So we want a giraffe. Now a giraffe, I think we might as well start the legs in the same place. But we want this one facing that way. And the other one facing towards us. Now giraffe, I think starts off pretty much the same. But we're going to make the legs a little bit taller before the body starts. Body's going to start around here. And then the body shape. The body of a giraffe is pretty much the same. That sounds really weird, but I think it is pretty much the same as a elephant. They're both very large animals. We'll have the tail. Yeah, no, that's good for the tail. I'm happy so far. Neck obviously comes up, maybe not straight up. We'll do it straight up for the moment. And then we want little, what are they called? I'm going to call them antlers, but I'm not sure if they're called antlers. That's so close. It looks a little bit llama-ish, though, at the moment. I think the head's too big. I think that's what the problem is. Oops. I've got a bee flying around me. That's better. That's better. Maybe taking these ones away. That looks even better. Maybe, I don't know what a giraffe head looks like, to be fair. Got it. Got it. Okay, I think it needs to be a little bit taller, though. I don't think the neck's quite long enough. I think you guys would agree with that as well. I'm going to go up by another 2 blocks. So, new antlers here. Yeah, okay. We've got giraffe and we've got elephant. Then we want one more. Let's move up this. This is the gift shop and toilets like we mentioned last episode. We sort of put a rough plan down. That was basically only there to sort of tell us how far back the first enclosure needs to be. Let's try and get this as in line as possible. I don't know if it's forward or back enough, but I can always move it. We'll put down another circle. How close is it? That was a little bit too close, or that one's a little bit too far away. I like that distance better, so I might have to move that back just a little bit. Now, a lion. You can make a lion. I'm sure you've all seen the Minecraft lion made out of slabs and stairs. You can actually, like, if you make it out of wood, you can actually make a really cool-looking mane. I've never done it out of full leaf blocks, though. But it would be cool if we could get this one laying down. It would look a lot more, what would the word be? Like, proud, you know, like he's king of the jungle. He's allowed to lay down. So what if we had something like this as his legs. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. And maybe the front legs are a little bit too far forward. I'm going to go with that for the moment. Then tail. Yes, that's good. And then the head. Head is going to be something along the lines of, we want a mane. That looks like a baby elephant. It did look a little bit like a baby elephant. Okay, I think that's good, but it's too far back. It was so close to being what I want. Oh, it's so close. I think that's as close as we can get. And I don't like it. If I don't like it, then we're going to have to change it to something else. That's as close as what I could probably get to a lion. Out of full blocks. If we had stairs, we can make a good line. So what other animal could we have as the third one? As the third, we could have a cat, a shark? I don't know if you could make a shark out of it. You want something that looks pretty cool. Like a big animal. Maybe a Komodo elephant doesn't work. It would be so cool if we could get the lion. Scorpion, fishy, dolphin, a bear, a deer. Deer's not very zoo-ish. A turtle. You could have Team Turtle. I wouldn't mind Team Turtle. Let's try Team Turtle. That would be my team. That would be the team that I would join. And turtles work in a zoo. You have every zoo that I've ever been to has both tortoises and turtles. They have the giant ones, giant like Galapagos tortoises and stuff like that. So this one, they have short, stubby little legs. And then we have the shell. The shell comes sort of around like this. You want to fill all the blocks in. This is so fun. This is what I'm really looking forward to on this series. Is just completely mad stuff. It's going to be so fun to get all of this crazy ideas that we have and put them all together. Turtle shell. Turtle head. That's good for the tail. Turtle tail. The heads are always the hardest part to do. What if we done it like that? Yeah. Okay, we've got it. Yes, it's so cool. We've got our 3 teams. What team would you join? The comment section below. Would you join? Would you join Team Elephant, Team Giraffe, or Team Turtle? I am on Team Turtle. Will you leave it alone? That's the most horrendous noise that I've ever heard in my life. Okay, that's cool. So, let me get that one lined up to be like a triangle, so they're not quite off center. And I should be back. We'll try and sort of make this area look quite nice, okay? I'll be back. Okay, so I've moved that one back a little bit, just by, I think, 2 blocks. And it's now 12 blocks diagonally to the edge of each one, and I think that gives us a really pretty much perfect triangle, or as close to a triangle as we can get in Minecraft. So I'm very happy. Where did I get these sticks from? Did I get these from killing the ant, maybe? Probably. So let's get rid of these now, and let's try and think of how we're going to do the floor. I want to stick with the circle, and it would be really nice if we could have the middle of this as the center of the circle. So it looks like that is the very middle. Let's drop down in here, and instead of being stone, what other block can we have? I think brick would work really well as a floor for the pathways in the zoo, like brick weave path. It's a little bit dark, a little bit on the dark side. But if it is a little bit too dark, but I like it, I can always go into Photoshop and just lighten it up a little bit, make it just a little bit lighter. But let's go with bricks. So if we do brick, let's just do small area for the minute, just like that big. Yeah, no, I think that will work really well as a pathway. I think that will work really well. Let's drop back down again. And let's make this bigger. So instead of 5, let's go 20. Not big enough. Instead of 20, let's go 30. That's about big enough. That's about right. I think that's a really good sort of central area here. Now, there is one thing. Although we've made this into a triangle, we've got these 3 points here making a nice triangle. This is the same distance as that, but this one's slightly shorter. Should we move this one forward? Or are we happy with how it... Well, no, because the bricks are going to continue on anyway. We're going to put a wall around this. Let's go down to the middle again. I love working with circles. It makes things so much easier. And no, I want to be on this spot. And instead of... We want a hollow cylinder now. And instead of brick, we want, I don't know, like a sandstone. Perfect. Sandstone. Yeah, we should just be able to type sand. I don't have the IDs yet written on, or the IDs. I need to figure out how to do that again because I've forgotten. Sandstone. We want 31 again. That puts up a little wall that goes around. Then if I go up another block and we change it to 44.6, which I know is the slabs. Oh, that's nether brick slab, is it? 44. Yeah, 44 then. That's good. I like that as a little wall just to hold in this central area. Now, I want to have a smaller circle in here as well. I don't want a fountain in the middle. I'm going to skip the fountain idea. Is that the middle? Yeah, we're in the middle. I'm going to come back down here. And we're going to come back to... do I want sandstone? I want another block in the floor. But I don't want it to stand out that much. Stone brick. Stone brick. And 10. 1. A little bit less. Undo. Oh, I don't have an undo yet, do I? Undo. A little bit less. Instead of 10, I'm going to go 7. Yes. And then I think I want... No, I'm going to change that to another block. I know I've got the plan now. I want stone brick, and then I want something on either side of the stone brick. Chiseled quartz block. That could work. Or a clay. Brown stained clay. Or a nether brick. Nether brick could work. Nether brick's actually quite nice in this texture pack. Or cobblestone. No, let's go with cobblestone. I'm going to change that to cobblestone. Then I'm going to come in by 2 and with another cobblestone. Then I'm going to go out by 1 and make it stone brick in the middle. Okay, there's a few spots that we just need to fill in. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Then we don't have a giant blank brick area. We've got a little part in the middle. Now, what are we going to have in this center area? A hut? A little hut in the middle, like a gazebo? That could work. Maybe it could be where the people... the zoo owners talk about some of the animals in this area, some of the events that are going on during the day. So we want, I think just oak would work. We don't want a hollow one anymore. We want a solid one. It's great working in circles. This makes it so easy. Planks. 5-1. Oops. Undo. I didn't need to be up on a block. I can go down here. 5-1. No, I need to go in 1. Undo. Stand in the middle. 4-1. There we go. So there's the base of it. We want stairs. I'm trying to work as quick as I can because I really want this to look awesome by the end of the episode. I really want to have a little bit of an entrance way We haven't joined it up to the elephants yet, but I think that's going to take a couple of episodes to really work out how we want that to work. Let's get some logs. Some oak. The oak? Yeah, no, oak will work best here. And some planks, some slabs. Oak slabs. And we should be good here. Okay, so we want logs going up here and here. Oh, and fences as well. There, there, there. Oops, not that one. That one. And that one. Fence. And I want these fences just to go like this. And I think in those as well. I'm already smiling. I know this is going to look awesome. Okay, and now I think we're going to go with a nice slabbed roof on top of this. So this shouldn't be that hard. I'm going to make it 1 block wider so that the roof sort of overhangs slightly. So we just go round like this. Oops. Technically that block was probably going to be correct, but I removed it anyway. And down here. Is that good? I'm sort of liking the idea of it being open, but no, I think I do want it closed. I almost liked it being open then. Then we're going to go over the top with these. And these. And one in the corner. And this should look quite nice from inside as well. We should be able to put some glowstone or some lanterns or something like that to make it work. Fill in these corner ones to place down the next layer on top of. Now we're going a little bit square, so I need to try and get this shape back to a circle again. Because as you can see, we've gone from circle straight to square. So I think if we put these corner ones in here and then do that, we go back to well, I think we're going back to square, but we're keeping it as circle as we can. Whoops. There. And then the final top ones. Like that. Okay, I like that as a central piece in the middle of everything. It's going to work really, really well. We can have gift shop on that side and toilets. We can have a direction that leads behind the elephant and behind the giraffe, and they're the sort of 2 spokes that lead off. We'll have the elephant spoke also lead off this way to go behind the gift shop and out that way. I want this to really be the middle. Like, you know how the theme park was? We had the entrance to the theme park and it spread out pretty evenly in both directions. If anything, it was a little bit further to the left. But it was pretty even in both directions. I want the same at the zoo. So I want you to come in and have loads of stuff to the left, loads of stuff to the right. That's what I want. We want to remove this to get ourselves an entrance into this area. Oops. 2 blocks, I think, on either side is a good number. On the back, though, we want to remove quite a large area. I think I want to remove from here. I'm actually going to go... Oops. I'm not going to go oops. I'm going to go from there, which is in line with that 3, in line with this 3, to there, set brick, and a little bit more from here to there. I really like the bricks, and we can put a nice edging around the bricks using sandstone and stuff as a nice edging. And then I want to remove completely all of these ones. So it's a nice open back. Seeing as though most people are probably going to go forward when they come in and go behind the elephant, this is how I want it to sort of take you around. There's always an obvious route around a zoo. So that works really well. We'll have the same thing going off the right side, and on the left side some of the wall will be removed as the gift shop will be there. Unfortunately, we are out of time for this episode, but this is looking really cool. What does it look like with the shaders? Because of the leaves move with the shader pack. I already like it. Lamp. This one. We can have some lamps on the outside. Just gives a nice little glow. It doesn't do much in the daytime. And obviously we have to put some inside as well. Nope. That one. No. Oh, did that one connect? Oh, it did connect. It didn't look like it connected for a minute. And that one, that one, that one, and that one. They're really nice lamps because they're not overly large. I had a hiccup then. Sorry, they're not overly large. They're just sort of a really nice size. That works really, really well. Really, really well. I'm very, very happy. So see you guys in the next episode, where we might either go to another enclosure or we might still concentrate on the beginning. Oh, this is what it looks like on the map, by the way, so far. That's pretty cool. I wish it was the other way round. Can I switch that? Can I twist it all round? Because we're facing south and the map wants north upwards. I might be able to reverse that. If not, I might actually just select everything and spin it around and ignore this. I wanted it like facing that way because, like I said last episode, when you die, you always face that way. But how often are you going to die? Does it really matter if you die? Not really. So I might flick it around and face it all the other way. That shouldn't really be a problem. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode.